Hey witches, Tiffany here on Bewitching.Bemused. Today I'm going to kick off a brand new Sabbat series. Each one is going to be focusing on a ritual that will help you connect to the Sabbat. Now if this ritual is a little bit more than you have time for, don't worry, I'm going to touch on a few more ideas, just a little bit more simplistic things at the end of the video that you can do to still connect even if you don't have time for a full-blown ritual. On top of that, if you're curious about the history of this Sabbat and how it relates to contemporary pagans and how we celebrate it today, on top of how to decorate, how to celebrate, and correspondences for this particular one, you can check out my videos and articles on that information linked down below in the description box. At the summer solstice, it's important to take at least a moment to honor the sun as it reaches full maturity and to show gratitude for all its gifts. Here's a simple ritual just for that purpose. The following ritual is all about aligning yourself with the meaning of the Sabbat and all it recognizes and honors. It is for acknowledging where that energy and its influence exist in your life and showing gratitude for its effects. In fact, I would suggest performing this prior to any other spells or ritual workings you may want to utilize the energy of this day for. If you're looking for intentions and spell work that can be enhanced by casting near or on Letha or Midsummer, you may want to consider your initiation, love and self-love spells, and spells for healing, personal growth, prosperity, and release or letting go. As with all spells that I provide to you guys, please feel free to customize the ingredients, the incantation, what you say, as well as the actions to just make it entirely your own. You can even adjust this ritual to make it a group or coven celebration. So the ingredients. You want a basic altar setup. This can be makeshift or portable. It's just something that will function as a workspace during your ritual. A pen and small piece of paper with a sun cross drawn on it, large enough to write words and short phrases inside. A sun cross is simply a circle with a cross or plus sign inside of it. A white, gold, or orange candle, preferably in a holder that will block the flame from the wind, and of course, a lighter or matches. Something you personally choose that you can offer to the sun. It could be a dance, rhythmic drumming, a chalice of water. It's entirely up to you. And then you'll need a cauldron or a fireproof bowl. Now for the instructions. I would recommend that you perform this on the summer solstice, preferably at noon when the sun is directly overhead, but any time during daylight hours is fine. Location would be preferably outdoors, but if it needs to be done inside, just throw open a window so you can bring in some natural sunlight and a nice summer breeze. So first, if it's part of your practice, make sure to cleanse your tools, your ingredients, and your space. If you're outdoors, you probably don't really need to cleanse your space, but you might want to cleanse the altar. And you can begin by opening sacred space, again, if that's part of your practice. Now, since this is a special occasion, it is the beginning of summer and we are connecting with that, I would recommend that you use something a little bit different, a little more fun for casting your circle. If that is how you are starting off this ritual, you might want to use some stones that you collect from outdoors on a hike or from around your yard, or some that are meaningful to you to create a physical circle, or even flower petals to create a physical circle. And then those ones you could just leave behind. They'll be swept up in the wind later and they're biodegradable. So definitely real flower petals, not silk ones. If possible, I recommend that you sit directly on the ground with your altar in front of you. Take a minute to ground, connect with the earth and with the sky above you, with that summer sun. Feel it pressing its warmth through your clothing and beating against your skin. And while you do this, just take that moment to calm yourself and meditate and consider what all the sun has gifted you this year. So on a larger scale, it gives everybody basically the ability to live. It grants us crops, it gives us vitamin D, and then of course it provides warmth. On a smaller scale, it may have blessed your yard with a beautiful garden this year, it may provide power for your home if you have solar panels, or it might just keep you comfortable on a daily stroll. Really make sure to take time coming up with those ideas in your mind and really searching, because the sun does a lot for us. And so when you're ready, take that list and write those things inside of the sun cross on your piece of paper. I would keep them small, limit them to single words or short phrases. At this point, you're just going to take your candle and set it on top of your sun cross because you don't want the wind sweeping that paper away, and then light your candle. At that point, recite the following. If you're doing this with a group or a coven, I would change all of the I's to we's, and you can either do it in unison or you can break it up and have each person say a different section of it. To the sun who has gifted us with life, I thank you. For all listed here and more, may you continue to bring us light, warmth, growth, and healing. In a show of gratitude, I offer you this fill in the blank, whatever you brought as an offering. At that point, you will either perform or present your offering and continue to recite. For all listed here and more, I thank you. I will have this in article format on my website, and that's linked down below just to make this a little bit easier for you guys. You don't have to rewind the video and write it down by hand, so that is available for you. Take your gratitude list and either fold it up or wrap it up into a little scroll to make it easier and burn it in the candle flame, setting it in your cauldron or fireproof bowl to continue to burn. And your ritual with your chosen closing phrase, whether that's blessed be, as I will it, so shall it be, thank you, the end, what have you. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. But seeing as how you are a normal human with responsibilities and a shifting schedule, don't feel downtrodden if this year or in many years to come, you simply don't have the time to pull off a full ritual. If the issue is schedule, yes, it would be best to perform the ritual right at noon on the day of the Sabbat, but if you can do it as close as possible to the Sabbat, then so be it. That's perfectly fine too. However, if the day of the summer solstice is completely booked for you, maybe that week is just super hectic and busy, then here are some more doable, quick ways that you can connect with the Sabbat in a more time-friendly manner. Perform sun salutations, preferably at sunrise on this Sabbat, but again, just work with what you got. You could light a candle to honor the sun. Again, this is preferably burnt from sunrise to sunset, but again, you never want to leave a flame unattended, so this is probably best if you're busy because you're work from home or you're a stay-at-home parent or spouse. So you're available to tend to it and keep it safe and keep an eye on it, but maybe you're not available to go outside and do a whole thing. You could leave out your own offering to the sun and or a solar deity to show gratitude without doing the full ritual, or you can meditate on all the light in your life that you are grateful for. All right, witches, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget that article is listed down below with the same instructions and the same incantation to make it a little easier for you. If you're interested in some more information or ideas on how to celebrate and activate the Sabbat, you can check out these videos right here.